Yellow Productions presents
a travel guide for visiting Camden Market in London in the United Kingdom. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining, and in this video I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know to explore this market. This is part of my series on London. I've got a few other videos on London, including things to know before you go to London, cheap eats on London, but in this one we'll just be exploring this market. If you want to check out those other videos, you'll find a link in the description or at the end of this video. The first thing you need to know about visiting Camden Market, it's really not just one, but it's a bunch of different markets strung together that compose 1,000 different shops. So together, Camden Market is London's largest street market. It's a big extravaganza. Some of the best times to come here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That is if you like crowds. That's when it's going to be the busiest. That's going to be when all the shops are open. If you don't like crowds, then come on a weekday and not on the weekend. Getting here, it's pretty easy. You just take the tube, the London Underground. You can take it to the Camden Town station. It is just 10 minutes outside of central London. You can take the Northern Line from the Charing Cross station, and in 10 minutes you'll get out from the tube station, Camden Town, head out, make a right-hand turn, and then you'll be at one of the first Camden Markets. The first market that you'll come across as you come out of the tube, it's the one that has this green sign. It's called the Camden Market. That's not the whole market. This one's the Camden Buck Market. Why is it the Camden Buck Market? Well, because it's on the corner of Buck Street right there. So let's go ahead inside and check this one out. This market has a bunch of pretty small vendors lined up in narrow alleys. In here, it's mostly clothing, jewelry, shoes. If you're looking for a London souvenir t-shirt, if you're looking for a sweatshirt with Homer Simpson on it, this is certainly the place to find it. Once you're done exploring the Camden Buk Market, there's the Inverness Street Market right back here on Inverness Street, and it's a line of vendors down this street. Once you finish exploring those two markets, continue your walk up the main street for about 2 blocks until you get to the canal. I'll catch up with you at the canal for the Camden Lock market. I should mention the street that you're walking down has a lot of very interesting decorations on the top of your shops, but I wouldn't waste too much time in these either. They are mainly to capture the tourists as they walk to the main market, tacky souvenirs, that sort of stuff. Okay, so in about 2 blocks you'll make it to this bridge which passes over the canal, and if you just turn to the left you will see the Camden Lock. The Camden Lock is pretty neat because this is used so that boats can go up and down river. It's still operated manually by a couple of different people. They open it by hand, they close it by hand, so if you see some boats coming by, definitely take a look. But right behind the Camden Lock is the Camden Lock Market. This is the original market where it all started. It's in these old brick warehouses. There's some stalls that are outside. There's some stalls that are in a main market hall. There is the curb food market that's here. There's 34 different food vendors in the food market. They're all delicious, but there's food vendors all throughout this thing. So spend some time exploring this one where the Camden Markets started. For more info about the food market here, watch my video on London's best food markets. I'll also point out now, it should be fairly obvious after watching these boats go through the lock, is another way to get to Camden Market is to take one of these little canal boats. But my favorite part of the market, though, is the Horse Stables Market. This one's just behind the Camden Lock. This is where the largest collection of shops are. It's got 2 sections. This one, it's the more open section right here. It's about 3 different levels in this area, kind of the open courtyard. This one has a lot of food vendors here, so if you're looking for food and didn't find anything tasty at Curb, then come over here. Also, I like the shops better on this side because they're more like eclectic and not just cheap touristy souvenir crap. The shops here are much more artsy, unique kinds of things. I mean, there's a shop that has an Incredible Hulk in it. You can't go wrong with Incredible Hulk. There's a Moomin shop, which is a Swedish character, and one of the most interesting shops is called Cyberdog. You can pick up all of your rave supplies to go to your next rave in there. Everything there lights up, shoes, backpacks. I mean, that store is amazing. Next to the courtyard, there's a section that's under the railroad tracks. tracks, and you can really tell that these things were stables there because these shops are tiny. And the trains, they still roll overhead over some of these shops, so make sure you don't just end up at some of those first touristy things. I mean, that's all pretty touristy, but do make sure you make it back here to the Stables Market, in particular to the big open area in the back. There's also an Amy Winehouse statue back there to commemorate Amy Winehouse, and then down there, there's the Serial Killer Cafe, not for, you know, axe murderers, but the cafe specializes in cereal. You can get cereal flavored ice cream, a lot of unique treats. This is down in some of the lower stables in the Stables Market. There aren't any real horses here anymore, but there are some kind of like statues of horses. And as you walk around, you can see this place is pretty trippy looking. And I mean, it's a range of goods from hats over here to antiques to military backpacks. And if we swing around this way, you can see these are some of the old stables where there were horses. They're now things for you to buy. Okay, this is weird. These are toilet paper tissue holders that are themed to look like Coke cans. The other thing I like about the horse stables part of the market is the layout is kind of meandering up and down, multi-level, easy ramps. Really encourages to explore. I feel like I'm like a mouse that's looking for the cheese at the end, or I'm finding the leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. I never know what shops are going to be at the next turn or what goodies I might find. And I found it, the treasure at the end, the wall of pink flamingos. If you want to get away from some of the hustle and bustle after you visit the markets, well, take a stroll along the Regent's Canal. It is serene, peaceful, and if you're looking for an attraction to do after you walk, well, you can walk to the London Zoo, just a half-mile down this canal, and you'll be at the famous London Zoo. So if your travels bring you to London, make sure to check out the Camden Market for some unique shopping and some interesting eats. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. We publish new videos at least a couple times a week. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, or you can click a couple of these videos over here to watch some of the other videos from our London series. Do it. You know you want to. All right, I'll see you in the next video.